Thought I would say hello, I guess. I've been doing a little bit of Twitch, and it just reminds me I actually have a bunch of people on YouTube who love me. So let me return to YouTube and speak to all of you. And because I'm shirtless, but I'm wearing clothes. Show off my dad bod. And it makes a cool rainbow. I am just not going to be intimidated by America. I am a cocksucker. That is not the end of the world. It is the beginning of a wonderful one. So, whatever is going on with America going bonkers with its violence, if it's not gun violence, it's people with trucks just causing mayhem. I don't want any part of it, okay? You're not my country. You're not my country when you do that. I'm an American, but you're not my people when you do that. You're not my people when you let that shit happen. And when that shit happens, it's on all of us. It's not just the person who does it, it's all of us. So, as Americans, we need to accept responsibility and we also need to move past it by saying, that's not the America that we want to be part of. That's not the America that we want our children to grow up in. So make that change. If I wanted to be part of that, I'd be living on the East Coast or I'd be living in the deep South. I don't want that, which is why I live in California, which I hate, which I absolutely hate because, these people are so happy and they want you to be happy. And if you're not happy, they really do question that because they're afraid. And I can see why. They're afraid because they look at what's going on the East Coast and what's happening in the South and wherever the incidents of these violence things happen. I don't give a shit where it happened. I'm just not interested in that being in my feed at all times. Hi Clint, hi Clint. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to live my life. I mean, look at me. I'm a homosexual with a dad bod. Like, I don't associate with people. I don't talk to people. I'm living my life. I'm not about to try and fix everything, but you can fix this. And the reason you can fix this is people just don't know how good they have it in America until you show them. So I have my organizations, I have my veteran gamers, I have Mars Now, and part of Mars Now is going to be sharing technology with the rest of the country and the world because it's the lack of comprehension of how engineering and technology works that's really holding us back. I keep talking about the commute and transportation and change.org slash clear LA smog, my petition to change the roads. But it goes beyond that. It really does when you say, why are you on the road? Why? I just came from LA Comic Convention and, I have lovely photos with all of my favorite people from Marvel, all of them. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. There's no other way to do it. You do so many of those photos, it's not that personal. It's next, 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 next. It's a conveyor belt of superfans who can afford to stand next to a celebrity. It's still an important memory, and I love it. I absolutely love it. At the same time, and I really don't want to be the one to say this, but it's my show, so I can say what I want. Why don't we just I don't want to say it, but why don't we just ask these celebrities to let us Photoshop ourselves into the photo? There, I said it. I said it. I didn't really want to say that because it diminishes how wonderful that experience is and how magical it is to be next to someone who you've admired, like David Tennant, who I've admired for decades at this point. But I went to a comic convention of little brats, little spoiled brats. And I'm a spoiled brat myself, so I mean, like, no tea, no shade. But they thought it was appropriate to grab at my animals, my service animals, in the middle of the line, in the middle of waiting to go see a celebrity. And it just goes to show me I do not belong with these people. I do not belong in America, an America where they just think everything belongs to them. People belong to them. Animals belong to them. The land belongs to them. I disagree. I disagree. As an indigenous person, as a descendant from indigenous people, I think the land belongs to itself. I think you take care of the land. I think it's important to respect the land, respect its people, and respect its animals. How dare these people, right before my Elizabeth Olsen photo, grab at my animals, which are an extension of me? I'm sorry, I haven't really been in the chat. Let me go into it. That's the way it should be, man. Live and let live. Oh, Liam, I'm sorry to hear that. Aziz, dude, I don't know what your issue is. You wish you could be as thick and luscious as I am. I mean, I got man titties, but I mean, I'm living my life. Are you living yours? Go back to flipping those burgers and shaking those fries. That and does that mean you don't eat fish on Friday? Bitch, if I wanted a fish taco, I could get a fish taco. All right. Wait, is that you in the back as well? Yes, it is. I'm a musician, so I have my album cover like right there. It's stylized to make me look more attractive because clearly when you can't move around and you can't go anywhere because you live in America and American people are crazy, and you know they're crazy and you know that they make you crazy, you just say, fuck it, I guess I'll stay in forever smelling my own farts. But at least I don't have to worry about a truck coming my way. Yes, sirree. See, that's the country that we live in, and then we all just say, "Oh my God, mental illness!" It's more than that, because what part of you is in that mental illness? You see, there's a you in mental illness that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about the fact that we have crazy people here, but we also make crazy people here. And when we stop making crazy people here, then we have no crazy people. Oh my God. You see, we talk about that statement, Clint. I love your quote. I really do. Because we think of squirrel behavior as, oh my God, that's nutty, that's crazy. And that's the equivalent for most people. Most people use that as a good metaphor. But these squirrels are living their life. And they're living a great life because they are out, they're running, they're feeling their body, they are just living the body electric. As opposed to, I mean, I'll just say my situation because I can't talk about other people's. But my situation is I have PTSD, so walking outside is torture, absolute torture for me. And with all of this violence that keeps happening in America, it's go back inside, go back inside. It's like, who the fuck is this invisible person that tells you this? And then it's like, well, I mean that's your conscience. That's you saying I want to live. But I don't want to live in an America that behaves like this because this is buffoonery. Absolute buffoonery. You got violence in trucks, violence with weapons. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about Mars now. I want to talk about a space program for once that is built around community, built around elevating our species. Because that seems to be lost in translation when you talk to NASA and when you talk to the SpaceX people. They give you the micro. Yeah, I'm being microaggressive. When I talk about how they're just pyrotechnics and I'm actual science, but it's true. It's true. They use rockets, and that's all they can think about. They can think about rockets because it's what they've used before and it looks really good on camera. It's hard to sell people on light sales. It's hard to sell people on light itself being the medium, the transportation, and everything. But that's where we are. That's what we do in this life right now. Most of us use light. None of us really use transportation. Think about it, people. Think about your lives. Your lives here. Do you really think you are going to every single place? When you call someone up on your cell phone, are you calling them up because you can't just walk over to them? You're going to use a rocket to go to somebody's house, or you're just going to call them up by pressing a button. Think, people. Think. This is the thing that I just do not like about America, is that we are so aware of our own amazing future, but somehow with all the violence and violence and violence and mental illness and violence, you lose all of this. You lose all of this potential, this great potential that we all have. And then you let these space agencies like NASA and SpaceX gobble up all of the smart people, all of them, and distract them from a better space agency, mine, Mars now. I'm a man of meager means. I really am. But October, despite your disgusting American violence, I'm going to do some cleanups in LA County because I cannot live in such a mess. I said that the next time I was going to be on camera, I was going to mention it. I won't mention the specific store, but you know who you are. You know who you are. You actually did me a solid because I have a petition. I put it online. It doesn't have a special link or anything. You just have to look it up. But I said if you're a store in California, you should be using sustainable packaging and sustainable utensils and dishware. Because when you give that to people, you're reminding them that plastic is wrong and that they should use their own flatware. If you ask a restaurant to give you flatware and you live in a house or an apartment, you're just being an asshole. By the way, I think I figured out a way to be able to use those pressure plates that create electricity for cars. I'm still wanting the first two tickets so me and Tiffany can get off this planet. As I said, Clint, I am a man of meager means, but that's not going to stop me because money is not the barrier to better space travel. It has always been willpower, the ability to say, I want to change. And by you even saying you want you and your partner at this time, the one who you've allied yourself with, I guess is the nicest way to put that. You want a better life for yourself. You really want a better life for yourself. Recycle, reduce, reuse. Good, 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 good. It's good in practice, but people don't do that all the time. And it's hard to do that all the time Because when you do that, it just it takes a little time, it takes a little effort, but you have to put in that effort. You really do. Because when you put in that effort, it means that somebody else is freed up to do something else. You're helping your community. You feel a connection. I live in Los Angeles and I cannot connect with your people, but I connect with the land. That's all I can give you, Los Angeles. That really is. I can connect with the land. I cannot connect with the people. I know that all of you have gone out of your way to try and make me comfortable by making me uncomfortable and reminding me that I am a disabled person and I cannot handle things. I went to this LA comic convention. It's the first comic convention that I've been to. Do you want to do show and tell? Okay, I think that's cooler. I'll be right back. Please look at my man tits. Okay, I'm really weird with sound effects. All right. You get out what you put in. Okay, so I have to show off like my lovely photo as Wolverine with Elizabeth Olsen. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. And that was worth a lot of the drama that I have. And here's another one that I have of myself as Wolverine with Jessica Jones. And look at Kristen Ritter. I mean, she's just let me see if I can get a close up of her. Isn't she lovely? She's lovely. And here I am, Wolverine. Just now I mentioned David Tennant, but I mean, look at him. Here I am with David Tennant. I didn't get a photo with just the two of us because I was triggered with everything that happened there, and I had to go to the first aid station because my stress level was just way too high. I completed that day, and then I was just too traumatized to go back and get. And that day was only for myself to meet David Tennant and leave. But LA just it did its thing. So I mean, I mean, look at him. He's such a lovely man, a lovely, lovely man here, and he was so nice to myself. And you see, I'm holding my dog Echo, and we're there with Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter, and here I am. Just I'm a fat nerd. Just I want to enjoy these things. I really do. I mean, here I am with Billie Piper, and Billie Piper is the coolest chick ever. I told her like I love you from Honey to the Bee, and actually she's the reason why I started Doctor Who because I was deprived as a child growing up in America, and they didn't have Doctor Who except for the Fox special with Will Sasso, and the fact that I can remember that Will Sasso in it should tell you everything about that one. Yeah, could not get into Doctor Who. Will Sasso is a great comedic actor there, which is why I watched it in the first place. I mean, it was an amazing experience, but it was difficult for me. I mean, here I am. I'm just a fat nerd. I don't understand why America is insistent upon stressing me out. I mean, sure, I am a genius, but I'm a genius person of color, so therefore, I don't know why I have to be afraid living in America as a person of color who's a genius. I mean, you got plenty of white people who are geniuses too. It just so happens that, I have my own space agency and they don't. Oh, this is Freema right here. You might know her as Martha Jones. And here I am with David Tennant. Oh, I'm so upset. I didn't get a photo of David Tennant and myself with just the two of us. But I mean, it's with Martha Jones, Freema. So and look at Freema. Freema is just serving me hip hop goddess here. That hair is everything, and she just looks effortlessly beautiful. And there's my dog Magic at the lower end of the photo there. But yeah, it was a good day to just. I didn't know how much I missed British culture until I saw them, and I just remembered that I don't speak my language, and when I do speak my language, I get these looky loos of Americans always questioning me, and so where are you from? Where are you from? Yeah, it's just it's saddening. It really is. I think you know where I'm from by now. So, and here I am with the Defenders cast. It's, I mean, here I am just, and look at that. I mean, that's Charlie Cox who's holding on to Magic right there, who was a very, very tired girl at that point. And here's Kristen Ritter and the lovely, lovely man who plays Luke Cage. If I only could have gotten the immortal Iron Fist, who I still quote, I am the immortal Iron Fist. I liked Iron Fist from Netflix. It was good martial arts, and I liked the actor. He's my Iron Fist. He's my Iron Fist. I like him. I like him. I like him. And here I am again with the Defenders cast as Wolverine because, it just makes sense that if he's only in, upstate New York, somewhere possibly in Westchester, he might pop down to Hell's Kitchen. If I don't know if you can see that, my Wolverine claws next to Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Daredevil. I don't know if you can see that. You see, just my Wolverine claws right there. Okay. Just what a lovely day to spend with these people. And then I have this wonderful thing right here. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the Scarlet Witch and Vision. Look at Paul Bettany with his beard and little glasses. He's adorable, isn't he? And look at Elizabeth Olsen. And this was right after one of these LA people tried to grab my service animal. I tried my hardest to, I don't know, give emotion as Wolverine. I don't know if you can see that right there. Look, I'm trying to give emotion. And she's doing her best. I mean, she's a professional. But me, I just wanted to cry right now because here I am as Wolverine. And I'm with Vision and the Scarlet Witch as Wolverine. And it's just sad. And here we are. I'm holding Echo, and Magic is just tired. But here we are in our very awkward family photo. Me holding an Aussie who isn't Hugh Jackman. I can cry about that one. All right, and here I am again with. I'll see if I can bring this a little closer. So here I am with Charlie Cox. He plays Daredevil. And here I am as Wolverine with Jessica Jones. And Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter. I mean, look at her. I mean, she's just. I don't know why she was serving me Barbie realness here. I mean, she's so dark and snarky as a character, but today she was just like, I feel good about myself. Like, I don't know, like the caffeine is hitting in all the right ways because she is just super happy. I mean, girl is floating. Like, you can call the Scarlet Witch because you were casting a spell. Are you levitating, girl? Look at her hands. You know, she's the Lady Madonna right there, clearly. And here I am as Wolverine with Echo, like right in between Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Just Wolverine right in between Daredevil and Jessica Jones. It was a good day. It really was. Just when you have PTSD from military sexual trauma, you don't get a lot of good days. And I'll just say, after my military sexual trauma, I cannot be around females because it reminds me of being tortured by the American government. But yesterday, I looked at these and I said, there's some women who I can still be around and not feel threatened or uncomfortable around because I know that they have careers and they wouldn't fuck that up to even spit on me. Kristen Ritter, lovely woman, she doesn't give a shit. She sees me with my Wolverine claws, and she says, you're a nerd fanboy of Marvel as Wolverine. And then here's Daredevil. He touched me for like a second, and he can always touch me. Charlie Cox, I love you. I love you. That I can say now that I am at a respectable distance. I can confess that you and your hairy chest make my heart sing. Charlie Cox, you are so fucking hot. And I like the fact that you have a beard right now because I have a beard. And I find you extremely sexy. I can say that from a safe distance away. And yeah, if you ever, wanted to slum it by hanging out with me ever again, you are more than happy to because I'm Wolverine. And I'm gonna put that right there. And just just all these all these photos are just amazing. Just look at my claws as Wolverine. Just look at just how happy it is to see the Defenders together with Wolverine right there. Look at Charlie Cox. He's such a goofball. He's so goofy. Oh, you just look at that. It looks like a rom com. The Daredevil and the Wolverine and Jessica Jones right together. You just like all three of us right there. And here I am. Look at him. Look at him. He's the kind of man you want to fucking bring home and love forever. Because he's just so fucking sexy. I will say it from a safe distance. Charlie Cox is just amazing in bed, I would assume. But I will not know. I will never know, possibly. But I can imagine from a safe distance away how good he would be in bed right next to Wolverine. But right next to me, right now, as Wolverine, is Daredevil Charlie Cox. I mean, just LA Comic Con, that was a special, special thing that you ruined by constantly harassing me. But here I am with Vision, Paul Bettany again as Wolverine. Just look at all this, just. I mean, he is serving me dad next to dad, dad next to dad, Vision right next to Wolverine, just like the claws. Isn't that adorable? I have adamantium. This picture is my favorite. I mean, number one, I've got Billy Piper, her, she's Rose Tyler, and Freema, Martha Jones, like right there. But here I am in the middle, and you can tell that I'm a fat bastard, but I'm living my life because I've got two of the hottest women in all of England right next to me. And you know what? My gut is right there. My gigantic dad gut is right there. But you know what? I've got two beautiful women right next to me. And yes, that is lovely. It is lovely that this fat nerd got two beautiful women. He paid them. But I got two beautiful women to be next to me. And yes, if you want beautiful women next to you, you will always pay them. Don't fool yourself. At least I'm honest. Look at that. Look at that. Two beautiful British women. Cannot get better than that. And my gigantic dad gut, which, yes, I will rest upon you if you want to fuck. And here I am with the whole Doctor Who team. I mean, we've got everyone. We've got Freema, we've got Billy Piper, we've got David Tennant, and then we have a future Doctor Who right here. A future Doctor Who right here. And these goddamn Americans wouldn't let me sit next to him for like a second. Oh well. It was a very, very good time. And of course, my animals are so well trained that no matter how happy I am, practically pissing myself with joy to be next to David Tennant, they decided that the appropriate thing to do in front of a camera is to sniff my crotch. Because they can tell that I become very, very sweaty in the pants next to David Tennant. And they want to know where that funk is coming from. Because my crotch was on fire right next to David Tennant. just a lovely day. Just a lovely, lovely day. That's all. I don't have anything else to share to say. I mean, I don't want to say that the only people that I'll ever really be able to talk to are stars because, I mean, that would mean that I'm a star, and I'm certainly not. I'm a fat nerd who makes music, really slutty house music, which you can listen to. Like, I Am a Slut, my latest single. Clint, Clint, I love you. Bro, you ain't that big, man. I've been over 350 pounds before. Okay, first of all, Clint, it is not a contest. It is not a contest. And if I lose, biggest loser, somehow I think I might I might just go on for one more day because my idea of growing into a fat bastard who's the most athletic person at that comic convention, I achieved that. I really did. I did moves that will shock and astound those people for years to come because somehow I actually performed magic in front of regular muggles, regular people, and no one even gave a shit. Which is amazing because you see magic all the time on television and you never see it in real life. But when you see it in real life, you don't say anything, which was cool for me because I use my spells rather selfishly. So if you didn't see it, I guess you didn't see it. And if you saw it and you didn't say anything, well, thank you. That respects my privacy. What up, star boy? I am not a star. Only talented people get stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And, I have PTSD, so good luck trying to get this mug underneath a camera with a glowing light or anything like that. I mean, it doesn't, mean anything that, I'm Wolverine. It doesn't mean anything at all. It really doesn't. But oh well. That's it. I got to check on a few things. So, good to see all of you. Good to see all of you. Loving kisses. My name is Ian Leona. I am a musician, an LGBTQIA icon, an environmentalist, human rights activist, veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma, the proud owner of Mars Now, the LA space agency, veteran gamers, and I am running a business. So I guess if you see me at the gay VNs, then you can come by and greet me because if you came to the gay VNs, you're a cocksucker like I am. See ya, everyone.